future's coming back. Larry and sketching worlds with AI fire. Clear obscure sweeping awards, games on higher. Capcom spitting 1,000 ideas non-stop. Ubisoft automating productivity pop. No jobs lost, teams growing strong. A co-pilot, get on or you're gone. You smashed the looms, thought you'd win the fight, but this revolution's burning bright. Plugged in, prototype fly. Humans at soul, watch the haters cry. Claire Obscura approved it, awards in the bag. Ice sparks fire, no more tedious drag. Hiring more artists, free in the grind. Creativity unlocked, leave fear behind. Your rage echoes, but the train's rolled on. Level up quicker, you're gone. A revolution. Luddites and shellbirds, get on board or get out the way. World's exploding, no bubble to break. Adapt now, join the game. The war is over, future's won. Luddites lost, it's done. It's done. Change hits hard, machines run cold, but with human fire, stories bold. No replacement, just fuel for the ride. Build bigger worlds, let the Luddites hide. Shamwoot, your fight is dead. AI plus human, charge ahead. A revolution. Luddites and shamblers, get on board or get out the way. World's exploding, no bubble to break. Adapt now, join the game. Hey, no, the war is over, future's won. Luddites lost, it's done.
What's up? Okay. Sorry. I was distracted for a moment, and then I didn't get to it fast enough. You guys got to admit, a little bit of new metal. Talking about the war being over, folks. The Luddites lost. The AI bots won. Skynet is upon us. People are embracing it faster than ever. It's crazy. I keep forgetting that I am part French Canadian. That's true. I mean, yeah, my mom was born in, Ontario. My dad's family has got family from fucking French Canuckistan. So it's all good. Anyway, let's see. All right, we got ourselves a $10 super chat right off the bat from Rational, buddy. Thank you so much. Helps keep the lights on. Literally, by the way, really quick, last night, not even 5 minutes after I finished streaming, my power went out. And my bed was stuck in the upright position because I've got a Tempur-Pedic bed until 11 a.m. this morning. I barely slept last night. So today I'm a little spicy. I'm going to be a little tired. I did just also watch the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from 1990 with my My 8-year-old watched the whole thing. My 6-year-old watched like half of it. And my 8-year-old loved it. And the movie came out when I just turned 8. So for me, that was like a nice thing to share that with my kid. But let's talk about what Rational has to say here. It says, we'll be back with the Academy Awards on YouTube. Tonight's Academy Awards are brought to you by NordVPN. If you want to pirate the films shown in tonight's ceremony, then you need NordVPN. Just use code Academy Awards at checkout for your 24 months at only $2 a pop. 80% off, folks. You can even use NordVPN to log into Netflix from other countries in order to get access to content not available here. NordVPN, protecting your data, kind of. For as long as you pay us, maybe. Thank you. It's very true. I love how Parallax is coping and seething over Claire Obscura winning awards. Calls it earlier, called it French propaganda. Because the game is decidedly French. And he's like, no, I cannot have it. It is French propaganda. That's what you sound like to me right there. I don't even know why you hate the French. The fuck they do to you? Jesus fucking Christ. Finally early for a stream, Mo says. Yes, I'm finally actually having one before 10 o'clock. I would have probably gone earlier sooner, but I was watching the movie with my kids. So, it's like last night watching Avatar, Way of Water with my daughter, and then tonight doing this. And she's so mad at me that I'm going to go see Fire and Ash tomorrow. So I'm kind of getting a lot of my movies in this week. Feels good. It feels very good to get a lot of movies going on. Mo here says, I missed the time when Matt made Scott. Well, Mo, you know what? Just for you, buddy, I did. I did make a ska song. I will play it at the end. Okay. When I saw you said that, I immediately went and had a ska version made. So you'll get your ska. Let's see. Spherical Man here says, Matt missed the opportunity to use the old accordion French music for his theme tonight. That joke's on you. I have also never played Claire Obscura, so I had no idea that it was, from ye old land of ye old France. Will we be talking about the Brand Man tonight? I don't know. We might do some Brand Man stuff. We need to figure out a way to do it. The Brand Man and I had a conversation over on Perp Stream earlier today. Very upset. He told me that I stole his content, which I did not, and he told me that I need to stop calling people's moms. I called his mom one time. God damn. Spicy, no lube Matt time. Who needs lube, man? I get really excited. I make my own. Just saying. Okay. Just saying. Heard Washington and Oregon is massively flooded. There are words here that I believe I understood correctly. Parts of Washington are definitely flooded. I don't know about Oregon. Right now, the wind and rain today has been lower. I'm hoping that it's going to pick up raining here in a couple hours, so I probably won't be doing more than maybe like an hour and a half to 2 hours on the stream tonight, simply because of that. And I want to make sure that my bed is in a flat position in case the power goes out. I'm not sleeping very uncomfortably. But we got a couple more supers here to get to. Garrick throwing in deep. Asking here, what do you think of the notion that the AI bubble is going to burst? I don't believe the AI bubble is going to burst in the way that a lot of people think that the AI bubble is going to burst. So, looking at the Luddites on Twitter, and they're fun to read because a lot of it is Chicken Little, the sky's falling type stuff, right? And so there's a fair amount of that. But what gets me the most about those guys is I'll just see the same comment over and over again. God, I can't wait for the bubble to burp. The pop to burst. Oh God. Our boy Joyless Snorlax was out there kind of mimicking the same nonsense, because again, these are people whose personalities are derivative of those who they hang out with. And us free thinkers, we're good. We think on our own. I just know I like what I like, and that's what I talk about, But anyway, I don't believe that we're going to get a bubble bursting here. I think what we're seeing is we're going to be seeing more of the paradigm shift picking up some speed. Okay. You know, there are people that are like, why are they putting Microsoft Copilot in my TV? Because eventually this is going to be, you talk to a chatbot to find what you want to get. Why are they putting Disney GTP in Disney Plus? Because they have a chatbot to help you find what you want to watch, right? Or things along those lines. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Because people out there will find it of value to use, I guess. You know, if there's like 100 million people using ChatGPT every single day, and that number's probably increased by now, there's a reason why people enjoy a chatbot. It's look, man, it's a goddamn word predictor. Okay? It's a goddamn word predictor. But it can help you like figure out what you need. So for example, I have a household repair project where my sliding glass door on my shower is a little fuckered. Okay? I thought I had it fixed, did not have it fixed. But I couldn't find the replacement part that I needed because I couldn't find any kind of manufacturer branding on the shower door. Well, today I finally did. And I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking for here. I'm looking at a number of serial numbers. I got no idea what they go to. Took a snapshot of it, threw that shit into Gemini. It did its Googling magic. And then it was like, oh, here is the make and model of your shower. The part you need is this. Here's where you can go order a new one. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. I went to Home Depot and showed them the shit. And they were like, I got no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. Humans at Home Depot, the supposed experts in home repair, the people that are hired by a soulless corporation to guide me towards the proper tools I need to fix what ails me. And it took a chatbot like not even 2 minutes to give me the information that I need. All right. So I can go buy the part. So yeah, it ain't a bubble, my friends. It's a paradigm shift. And what we're seeing today with the gaming side of things is nothing less, hyperbolically, nothing less than a total AI victory. And it's kind of true, right? You're finding out that these games use AI after they win awards, after everyone plays them, after everyone loves them. And it's not like all of it's Gen AI or nothing like that. It's just like they use it here and there, little like sparingly. And you just watch all of these people. Like, it's like that Ralph Wiggum bit. Like when Bart's playing it back, it's like, look, you can pinpoint the exact moment his heart breaks and just plays it on repeat. And that's more or less what today was. And the thing is, man, these people, they don't know what to do. Right? They don't know how to think. They don't know how to react to this. Because they're like, do I just not play these games? Do I just not enjoy my favorite hobby because people are using, AI to help build AI systems inside of games? Right? Like I can't, because what it boils down to is they like AI, but they don't like Gen AI. Okay. That's how they're justifying it now. Beforehand, it was like, I fucking hate AI. Now it's like, well, it's really Gen AI I don't like. I can't say generative AI, but my God, man, fucking AI and coding, that's a little bit different. AI in medicine and science and engineering and technology and mathematics, that's a little bit different. AI might be able to help us get vaccines out there faster. Yeah, no, that's all right, guys. That's all right. But if you fucking generate an image, you're a cuck. And you hate the environment. And you're a bigot, racist, cocksucker motherfucker. That's how they act. Which is not the way normal people act. Which is not the way that, like, rational, thoughtful human beings react. But you get them on their own, away from the hive mind, and you're like, hey, man, like, this is kind of cool. Check out what this can do. And then all of a sudden, they're just like, they're like kittens that roll over on their back, legs are up in the air, spread a little bit, exposing their belly. They want you to rub them. They want you just to give them the attention in a way that they're not used to getting. And so what do? They just curl up and they start purring like a kitten. And you're like, yeah, check this out, man. I can totally generate this song in like 5 seconds. And it sounds decent. Oh my God, that's so cool. I can't believe you can do that. Yeah, no, check this out. I can even I can make memes and shit. This is kind of funny, right? I can look up questions. I can look up answers. I can look up all these things. And they're like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And then like, yeah, right. So AI ain't so bad, is it? And like, no, man, I was totally wrong about it. Then they get back on social media around the same toxic individuals. And they're like, God, tortures and pitchforks and AI's a monster. Because that is the world we live in. People without their own sense of self, their own sense of identity, end up living in this world where they need external validation to justify, I don't know, like every single iota of their existence. It's quite myopic. It's quite myopic. But thank you for that. I kind of want to see some of these chats. Let's see here. Let's see. You could have gotten the answer much faster from a Mexican at Home Depot, but you live in Washington. Yeah, dude, ICE has been here has been pretty aggressive. Right? It's been pretty aggressive, so it's hard to get. If there was a Mexican at Home Depot, that would have been a thing. But again, also that's racist. Okay? That's racist. I do love this one here from Zap. I gotta isolate, call out, and look at this image from Zap here. Zap says, Matt, why must you have cringe AI takes? Your takes are going to age poorly one day, and you will regret it. I highly doubt I'll regret it. Because in part, it is meant to be a little trolly. Okay? It is a little trolly. It is a little bit for the lulz. Really, you guys know I just want to anger like two people. Really one person. The other person is so easy when I just say animations for children. AI will definitely take away animators' jobs and their passion. And AI will do it better and cheaper and faster and more frequent. And there's not a goddamned thing you can do about it, brand man. Okay? That's all it is. It's a lot of trolling. A lot of it's trolling. You got to understand that. But at the same time, I also value new technology. Mexicans aren't a race. Hispanics are. Right? The Spanish are. What is that if not a race? What are you? You know what, Mo? You're either a Mexican or a Mexicant. I can't quite tell with you. Here we go. Joey says, Brandman commented on 2 of my shorts. 2 of your shorts. Exactly. Dio Brando here says, I hope the show helps me feel better. I got sick, buddy. I'm sorry that you're sick. If you hope this show makes you feel better, I don't know. What is it you're into? I don't know how to make you feel better. I have a really terrible joke. I've been trying to I'm not going to say it. I'll say it later. I need to build it up. I need to set it up. I need to have the wording in place before I drop the punchline. Anyway, Mo here is out going no, man, Hispanics ain't a race either. ICE got it all wrong. All right. So there you go. Oh my God, Mo, I'm going to fucking take away your goddamn wrench, dude. No dad jokes. Parallax here says he comments on all my videos. Yeah, obsessive compulsive, right? He was really mad last night. Said today to have to stop calling us mom. I said I called his mom one time. That was months ago. Several months ago. She has my number. Call me back any point in time. Joey here asking the question. Hello again, Matt. Do you think the future video games will purely be AI-driven adventures like Elder Scrolls 6? I don't think all of them are going to be like that, but I do think when we get... Here's the thing. If you go and you look at Skyrim, for example, and Skyrim's a great example of this. You go through the different, the different guilds, right? The Mages Guild, the Thieves, the Thieves Guild. You've got the Black Hand, right? You've got all those different guilds, and you go through their entire storyline. You go through their entire quest line. You get to the tippity top of that particular storyline, and then what are you able to do after that? You are then able to access procedurally generated, AI-generated quests and missions to allow you to continue to play in that realm for, quite frankly, as long as you want. Now, are the stories as narratively driven as their counterparts when you're doing the main quest line? The answer to that is no. But you can still do procedural generation and play those missions within those guilds. So Skyrim has already been using a very rudimentary concept in regards to this particular technology. Now, all these years later, because keep in mind, guys, that coming up next year is going to be 15 years since Skyrim. Okay. That's crazy. It's almost old enough to see R-rated movies. But it's been 15 years almost, or just over 14 years at this point. And the technology now will allow for AI, generative AI, to be implemented through large language models into the next Elder Scrolls game or some kind of RPG that's equivalent. And as long as you have an online connection, you can tap into those LLMs, and those LLMs will generate the narrative. They'll generate the obstacles. They'll generate the enemies. They'll generate the dialogue. They'll generate the loot. They'll generate a lot of that stuff. Okay. And as a result of that, what you're going to see is just these games that will then have their core narrative focus written by humans, most likely aided by AI, for consistency. And then you're going to have the side quests that are mostly going to be done probably with AI. And just imagine, even if they have narrative, like the core narrative storylines that now give you the opportunity to have multiple outcomes that are completely unique to your gameplay experience based upon the choices you make during your game. No more predetermined outcomes from games. Now, one of the key things, right? Because remember, one of the things with gaming is that it's always like gaming's a choice. You get choices, right? Well, you ever play Mass Effect 3? Remember how they had like your choices matter? The choices from the first two games will go through the third, and it will impact the ending. And the ending largely boiled down to a color-coded ending, either red, blue, or green. And everybody fucking hated it, right? Everybody fucking hated it. And that is something, again, that is just a reality with some of those older games. Limited technology, limited memory, limited abilities. And that's not to say that, like, they're bad. Well, I mean, Mass Effect 3 was never really, really what you call it, anything good. But let me see here. Okay. Let me see here. I want to show you guys the endings. Okay. I just want to see, I'm hoping that they've got the good ending and the bad ending, right? Because let's see. I want to find this here. Okay. There we go. All endings. Let me bring this up. So there was a game that came out way back in the day. Condemned Criminal Origins, launch title for the Xbox 360. Okay. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here we go. This is here. Condemned 1 Criminal Origins 2005. So just hit 20 years. Does the ending choice get you a new ending? Okay.
Open the trunk.
Thomas, don't! He was a good boy. We were all good people. We were able to fight it back, most of us. My nephew was not as strong. He fell victim and destroyed so many things. We fought to save him. I must continue to do so.
I don't care whether the sick fuck is in his right mind or not.
Think of what you are doing. Both of you have a chance for redemption.
Redemption? Listen, old man, you used me just like he did. You used me to save your precious nephew, a serial killer. You're no better than he is.
Okay, so you have the choice. More or less, you could save him, you could not kill him, or you can kill him. That's more or less your choice. All right. How does Jesus? He didn't even fucking hesitate. He just fucking iced him.
You really know how to impress a lady, Thomas.
Around here, people keep to themselves.
Why the lay low routine?
I've been cleared of the murders, but my suspension has got me thinking. I guess I don't know who to trust anymore.
Yeah, tough break. Man, you look like crap.
Yeah, I've been better. You said you found something interesting?
Yes, very odd. A cult seems to be behind all this. We can tie them to the deaths of the serial killers investigated by your department.
A cult?
Wait,
the man responsible was Leland Van Horn.
Yes, I know. He manipulated.
Hold on. I mean, does the ending choice get you a new ending? Right? But it doesn't have the second one there. So it's kind of go ahead. All right.
Himself.
So this is the episode. This is the one where he kills him. But you can choose not to kill him. And if I recall, it's the same exact ending. I thought this would be it, though. Yeah. God. Xbox 360 puking. Yeah, that's the ending. That is the ending of that. Like, if you shoot him, okay? So let's see here if I can find this is that the same video? No. Okay. So this is a ending. I don't know if you shoot him or not. So we'll quickly take a look. All right. You find him, you get out there. Okay, yeah, we don't need to see all that. Okay. Does he kill him? Okay. You have 5 seconds to comply. Doesn't kill him. Guy kills himself. Right? You're absolved of all your issues, right? The guy did it. It goes right to the exact same ending. It doesn't matter if you kill the guy or he kills himself. Okay? This is exactly epic fail. Shut up. And I like the games. The games are great. Just spoilers. It's a 20-year-old game. There were 3 endings. I know there weren't 3 endings, Mo. There were only 2. How many endings were in Condemned Criminal Origins? Had 1 main ending, okay. Which concludes the story of Ethan Thomas's descent into madness and his confrontation with the true source of the city's violence. Though it leaves plenty of ambiguity and sets up the sequel. There are no branching paths or different conclusions for Criminal Origins itself, just the one canonical finish. Okay, so again, at the end, you have 5 seconds to either kill the dude or to let him kill himself. Okay, I said massive. Oh my God, what are you like? How far are you back? Oh, it's a few minutes, 5 minutes ago. Jesus Christ. But either way, that's my whole point, though. In that particular situation, you have the choice of killing him and you have the choice of not killing him, but either ending is the exact same, therefore taking away all choice. Like, it's a good game, but that's always an ending that I always kind of think back to when I think of bad endings. All right, so that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the AI being used in this particular fashion to give you something that's entirely unique to you, right? Entirely unique to you. And I think it's really fascinating that so many people out there are just like, not quite ready to jump onto the concept of it, right? So, okay. I want to show you guys this. Okay, well, first, let me get to these other supers here. All right, Garrick for 5. Thank you so much. Do you think David Ellison is upset that his daddy's money couldn't buy something for once? Yes, I do. But the thing is, though, they're not done yet. If Larry Ellison wants CNN, Larry Ellison just has to wait for the deal for the company to split and then move on in and buy it. And that's probably what's going to happen. But David Ellison won't get the IPs to be able to play in that sandbox, which is what he wants, rather than trying to build up the Paramount IPs, of which if they did well with Star Trek, then they could probably, find a way to revitalize it. Although Star Trek at this point seems more like a television series than theatrical. And I'm kind of even leaning that way towards Star Wars too, but that's, again, a whole other conversation. I do think it's quite hysterical that David Ellison isn't getting what he wants. Garrick here for 5. Thank you. Says, what did you think of Matt Walsh's comments regarding AI? He says people and companies that use AI should be mocked and ridiculed. This is Matt Walsh talking about mocking and ridiculing somebody. Matt Walsh is like as big of a humanoid cuck as they come. Like, literally. Like, I would not be surprised if, like, instead of getting an annual raise, he just sucks off Ben Shapiro. I would not be surprised if he feels that, like, his contributions to the company are just taking a shot in the fucking mouth, like hoping that Ben will shoot the uvula, and so he ends up coughing and gagging it back up, so then he can lick it off Ben's feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that kind of stuff. Like, that's how I view Matt Walsh. Which is really to say I don't. People like him understand that they're on the losing side of history. And because they're on the losing side of history, they need to find themselves an angle that they can take. That's exactly what we see with Donovan. It's what we see with Brandon. It's all of these people that are just on the losing side of this because they're afraid of changes. They're afraid of how it might impact them, not how it might impact the world, better or for worse, how it might impact them. And that's really about it. I mean, seriously. Yeah, Matt Walsh is a moron. Mo here says, for 2, thank you. Says, adding Copilot to my fridge is a bit much. Yeah, but that way it can keep you, I would be okay with it because I'm a type 2 diabetic, and it would tell me like, hey, man, you shouldn't have that. And I've kind of had a bad day with that, to be fair. Has not been my most productive day on that particular fight. Benny Boy is Matt Walsh's boss. Yes, it is. Yes, he is. Joey here says, it's going to be interesting what will happen to Warner Brothers in the next couple of years. I don't think it's going to be as bad as you think. If Netflix finds out that they need theatrical in order to be able to get what they need, right? If they need theatrical in order to keep the money coming on in, they'll go theatrical. They just want to go streaming as long as they possibly can for their shareholders, because they don't want their shareholders to leave. It's a tech company. Like, that's all they really care about is keeping that stock price high. If they can put out content that makes money, wins awards, and is ultimately like cheaper because they provide, all of the post-production and VFX pipeline stuff, especially if they're using Gen AI, that's going to end up being something that will, I think, work out well for the shareholders, and that at the end of the day is a better value, and that's what they're going to go for. So that's kind of where we are tonight. Parallax here is saying, if you want bad, check out the Xbox 360 ending. Silent Hill Homecoming has some of the worst. Okay, I'll look that up here as I'm answering Garrick's question. Thank you, buddy. For $5 asking, what do you think is going to happen with the U.S. and Venezuela? I don't fucking know, man. Right? Like all of this shit is really weird to me. It's just like, it is just bad, like, with what's going on. And I'm telling you this right now, like, what we're going to see is I think, a lot of people at the end of this administration, right, when Trump is no longer in power, MAGA is already effectively dying. There's nowhere for it to go. It's not gaining any ground. People are losing their trust and their faith in Trump. They're walking away. They're not ball washing him as much as he wants, so he'll lash out at all that shit, right? He doesn't have the fear. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the leverage as much anymore. In many ways, he's a dog without, he's just barking after a car. He'll still hurt you if he bites you. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be like a life-threatening, rabies bite. It's going to be like, just like, oh, okay, go put some antibiotics on it. You're going to wrap it up. You're going to be fucking fine. I mean, that's literally like what's going to happen. And that's the biggest problem with Donald Trump on that front. Has everything to do with the fact that it's just, he is an idiot and he doesn't care about Venezuela. It's all distraction. And so again, but Pete Hegseth is probably going to get a presidential pardon before he steps down, probably within the next year, because he is going to be on the chopping block. When the Democrats take back the House and potentially the Senate in a year from now, you'll see a ton of resignations and a ton of presidential pardons to cover everyone's ass. But what they won't be able to do is they won't be able to stop the incoming investigations and bringing all of that information out to the public. And so that's where things are going to be really, 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 really funny. Let's see here. Did I see the changes Trump made to the previous president portraits? He's such a bitch and petty. Yeah, I saw something about that. Do I have it up here? I thought I saw it earlier. It was, where did I fucking see it at? Twitter makes it hard sometimes to see all that. I did see that Dan Bongino is stepping down in January. All right, the deputy director of the FBI, less than 1 year, about probably maybe 1 year before taking the job, is stepping down because he wants to go back and go back to his show. He wants to go back to his fucking podcast. That is hilarious to me. That is fucking hilarious to me, because that shows you that, like, he knows what's coming. He knows the Epstein files can't be contained. He knows that he ran fucking defense for that shit. He covered for literal pedophiles. Okay. He covered for literal pedophiles. He covered up for the elite. Every fucking conspiracy theory that bald-headed bitch fucking ran defense for is going to come back and just fuck him up. And it's going to be fucking funny. Okay. You know, I mean, really, that's what he's doing. And that's why it's funny. And I can't wait to watch that all kind of blow up in his fucking face. Like I said, they are all going to go running to Daddy Trump for pardons and hoping that they never actually find themselves having to be held accountable for their, for their, you know, for their crimes. And that's just literally what's going to happen. But let me try to I'm trying to find the presidential portraits thing from today. Okay. Let's see here. All right, this is what it should be. All right. So the White House installed descriptive plaques under gold frame portraits of every president featured on the Presidential Walk of Fame just outside the Oval Office, with every plaque, of course, in some way having to mention President Trump. My fucking God. Okay, Joe Biden, they said the auto pen. All right. Sleepy Joe Biden was by far the worst president in America. Oh, wow. Nicknamed both Sleepy and Crooked Joe. This is holy shit. Bill Clinton served as Attorney General and Governor of Arkansas before winning the presidency in what was called a major upset over President George H.W. Bush. As president, Clinton signed crime and welfare legislation, which was passed with the leadership of Republicans in Congress. He approved NAFTA, which President Donald J. Trump would later terminate as being bad for the United States, welcomed China into the World Trade Organization, and oversaw NATO's military intervention in Bosnia and Kosovo. Despite the scandals that plagued his presidency, the tech boom of the late 1900s resulted in excellent economic growth, which helped him and Republicans in Congress deliver balanced budgets for the first time in decades. In 2016, President Clinton's wife, Hillary Clinton, lost the presidency to President Donald J. Trump. This is some of the fucking, oh my God. I can't. Guys, this is, oh my Jesus. This is like the most pettiest shit. Donald wrote all the descriptions. Apparently, dude, he had fucking ChatGPT write them. Guaranteed. I mean, this is, I can't see. This is the thing. This is why I laugh at all this shit. Okay, here's why it's funny. Because as soon as he's not president anymore, all of this stuff goes bye-bye. All of it goes bye-bye. Okay? All of it. All right. Like, that's it. It just completely goes away. And so as a result of that, it's kind of pointless. I mean, it's funny, but it's pointless. And it's just done as a way to be a fucking, to be a 12-year-old and shit. Like, that's pretty much what he's about. And that's, one of the reasons why we basically at this point know what kind of child the president is. And it's gonna be crazy. But we got, hold on, is this Trump's? This is, here we go. This one is gonna be Donald Trump's when he leaves office. Donald Trump, 45th president of the United States, impeached twice, convicted felon, 34 felony counts, convicted of sexual assault, not true. Convicted of fraud, that is true. Convicted of this is just going to be future. Convicted of inciting an insurrection. Convicted of mishandling classified documents. Convicted of conspiracy to defraud the United States. All of these things are largely true that he has done. He just hasn't been convicted of all of them yet, but that's pretty goddamn fucking funny. His policies divided the nation, but a new administration will work to undo the damage. Let us move forward together. Yeah, I mean, look, man, I know that this is kind of not maybe a bold thing for me to say, but if I were in the position to be president, I would just remove all references of Donald Trump at all once he's done. Like, it is really, I don't want to say like Voldemort his ass, but you kind of have to just basically like remove every mention. Like, you know, businesses have got to come together, take his name down from every fucking building. Everything he's ever tried to put his name on has to be gone away. And then people will eventually, you know, forget that he ever existed, which is ultimately what he never wants. But he wanted to be the most famous man in the world, and that's what he got. And that's been, you know, good and bad. Stalin his ass. What, put him in a fucking glass case? Okay, I know that's Lenin. My bad. Garrick here for 2. Thank you. Says, do you think Kamala will run in 2028? God, I fucking hope not. I hope not. I'm under the weird belief at this point that the first female president we have is going to be a Republican, not a Democrat. I think that's going to happen. I just do think that's going to happen. I don't think that Kamala is going to run again. I don't think Kamala should run again. I don't think you should run a female Democrat for at least 10 years, 10 to 15 years, couple cycles. Let's say 3-4 cycles. So let's say 16 years. Because you need to just get rid of the stink of Clinton and the stink of what happened with Kamala. And with Kamala, I don't, she ran a good campaign, but it's not even that I would call it like misogyny. It's just that like people were not wanting that. All right. Ain't no way a Republican will elect a woman president. Completely disagree. Completely disagree. But they need to run a man. That's just the reality of it. The Democrats need to run the safest bet possible. A moderately conservative Democrat that's also a straight white Christian male, preferably with like a 1-syllable name, right? Joe, Bill. I mean, Barack, right? But Obama, people call them Obama. Obama, 2 syllables. No, 1 syllable. Obama. Yeah, Obama. No, 2 syllables. But it sounds like a 1-syllable name. Okay. So you get Trump, 1 syllable, right? Reagan is 2 syllables, but it's very close. You know, Bush, 1 syllable. Think about that. If the easier, the better. Will it be Tulsi? Fuck no. Fuck no. Gavin Newsom. Newsom is 1, right? Newsom. It's 2 syllables, but it's 1 new. Yeah, new. It's 1 syllable, right? So you got to have the simplest name, right? So if I were to run like Jarbo, 1 syllable, it would actually work out quite well. It would work out quite well. If people were like, oh yeah, that Jarbo guy, it's easy to remember. It's 5 fucking letters, 1 syllable, all badass. You know, but if your name is like Chappaquiddick, you know what I mean? It's like, you better change your fucking name. All right. Like if Jon Stewart were to run, you know, John's real name is what, Lieberman, I think, right? Or something like that. You know, he probably would run under Jon Stewart, right? Have his name legally changed to Jon Stewart and then run under that, you know? So there's that. Wait, what comment before Nick? But the Nick Fuentes will be the history that repeats itself if your move on mentions of Trump. I disagree. Fuentes is, look, man, I hate to say this about Fuentes. Fuentes is going fucking mainstream. Okay, like Fuentes at this point is absolutely on track to become mainstream. Matt's doing the hand chin syllable thing. I kinda. Look, man, people want simplicity. Okay, they want simplicity, especially, you know, like think about like, okay, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. No one calls her Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Everyone's like AOC, right? AOC. 3 letters, technically 3 syllables. Simple to remember, simple to repeat. Okay? Bernie Sanders, 1 syllable. Right? Buttigieg is 3 syllables and hard to remember and hard to spell. Not hard to remember, hard to spell, and you might say it wrong. Buttigieg won't be fucking president, but he could be vice president, right? J.D. Vance. Vance is 1 syllable. You know, or Vance is really no syllables, but a simple fucking word. You know? Oh, wait, hold on. Did Mo? Wait, what? Yeah, 4th year Ahmad. What are you talking about? AOC will twerk her way into the Oval Office. I'm not against it. You know, I think the first Democrat president that is a woman will be Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. President Ocasio-Cortez. POC. Person of color. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. She fucking puts the P in POC, dog. The president, man. Think about that. That's branding right there. That's fucking branding. Companion Year says sent you 40K Classic. Okay, I'll take a look at that a little later. Let me just make sure I have my Discord up. Let's see here. Bernie equals weekend at Bernie's. I mean, that'd be kind of funny, right? And that's basically every day in the Oval Office, isn't it? Weekend at fucking Bernie's. Trump is basically fucking dead. All right. Let me see here. Okay, no, we talked about this one here. Which one did I miss? I thought I missed one. No, I think I got all the ones from Garrick. All right, thank you, buddy. I do appreciate all the super chats. You guys have been really good. I'm trying to like figure out ways to like bring in some more ad revenue so I can just kind of, there's a threshold I'd love to hit that would just make my life so much easier. At this point, for when it comes to YouTube, I'm literally just trying to make enough money each month to cover my car payment, which is like $400, which really isn't that difficult to do between like ad revenue and super chats. But that's my threshold, right? I hit the 400, I'm good. I'm not trying to make money, like I was making before, but just enough to cover that expense would be fucking wonderful. AOC is very retarded, though. I don't think any. I don't any her tested on global nuclear conflict. You don't want her tested? I think she'd be fine. I don't know. She's not. I don't see how she's very retarded. She actually says a lot of things people are thinking about. I talked to a conservative the other day that was like, a year ago, I hated Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I hated her. And then I started actually listening to her talk and about the things that me and my family talk about around the dinner table. And she's like, I was really impressed with her. And that's kind of the whole point. This lady was a conservative. So the conservatives are all like, they're all under the impression that AOC is a retard because that's how like fucking Hannity frames her and Laura Ingraham, frames her and all that stuff. But then you listen to her and you're like, oh, maybe she's not as retarded as people are saying, which then makes you question, wait a minute, hold on. Eine Minuten, bitte. Were the retards covering up the fact that they were retards by calling her retarded? Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Sorry, wet phone. Were you thinking about AOC? Is that what happened? Let's see here. Let's see. She's been doing the rallies for a year and her reach has expanded. And now with Mondami in New York, she's got some considerable clout. Yeah, I don't disagree with you on that one. I do not disagree with you on that one. She's going to be look, if anyone is going to take over the Bernie Sanders movement when Sanders ultimately retires and then sadly fucking passes away, it's going to be AOC. And that kind of young, youthful energy and that clout and everything else is going to be like the de facto leader of the progressive movement. And that is then going to be like allowed for people to get on board with it. Make no fucking mistake. If she makes a bid for Chuck Schumer's seat in Senate next year, and she ousts Schumer, which is going to be a tall fucking order, to be honest. It will be a tall order and it could backfire. If you guys remember a couple years ago, in the response to, I think it was Trump's first State of the Union, you had the Democrats put forward Joe Kennedy, a representative out of Massachusetts, who is like, I think like the son of the son of one of the Kennedys. I forget which Kennedy, right? And the guy's a progressive and he had good stuff and he ran for Senate and he lost. And we haven't heard shit from him since. And this was a Kennedy losing in Massachusetts. That was a big blow to the Kennedy fucking name. And now with Robert F. Kennedy being the fucking Secretary of Health and Human Services and the fact that he's just like a bumbling fucking moron, the Kennedy name is further fucking damaged. So, have you dealt with a lady cop? I really don't want a lady pres. Yes, I've dealt with a lady cop, and I deal with a lady cop the same way I deal with a male cop. I am polite. I say, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Here you go. And I'm like, thank you. You're welcome. I say all that shit, man. I'm polite as fuck. I'm a peach. I'm a peach to the authority, right? I don't bend the knee. I don't cuck myself, but I use the talents I was given as a child when I learned manners. You don't have to acquiesce to their authority necessarily, but you should still approach it with a little bit of civility, a little bit of class, a little bit of, just niceness. And you'd be amazed at how often you can get out of trouble. Here's what I tell people when they say that my children are so polite. They go, "You did a really great job raising your kids. Your kids are very polite." And I'm like, "Thank you very much." It's one thing that I teach them is how to be polite. Another reason why I teach them this is because it's the ultimate get out of jail free card. If you are polite and people like you and you have to apologize for something, it's a lot easier to get away with it or to get out of it because people already think that you're a nice person because you're polite and you're respectful. But if you start throwing around attitude and you start fucking being a dick, people aren't going to like you. They're going to think you're a dick. And so when you're in trouble on something, they're not going to be willing to look the other way or fucking help you out of a jam because you're a dick. I don't give a shit what gender, what race, where you're coming from. That's just across the fucking board, man. That's across the fucking board. I don't give a shit where you're working. I'm generally saying, please, thank you, right? Like, okay, for example, today, I take my family out to this Mexican restaurant we like. It's a little taco shop about like 25 miles north. All right. We like going up there because they got good breakfast burritos. And the dude up there, we were talking, everyone had a power outage and whatnot as I'm ordering it. And I'm all like, yeah, man, I was playing fucking video games when the power went out last night, man. I was stuck with my fucking bed being in the upright position. And he's like, ah, shit. You know what I was doing last night when the power went out? I was like, oh, what's that? He goes, I was playing Arc Raiders. And I'm like, oh, I've never played Arc Raiders. How is that game? So we start talking about Arc Raiders for a few. And the dude was all happier than a pig in shit. Right. And he was super fucking nice, you know, and everything else, got us extra fucking hot sauce and whatever we needed and shit, because you treat people with respect. Right. Like that's all it is. It's super easy. If everyone treated cops like you, we'd be living in George Orwell's. Jesus Christ. Are you fucking retarded? Like, here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. If everyone dealt with cops the way that I deal with cops, we'd be living in an Orwellian dystopian future. Is one of one of the stupidest things I've ever fucking heard. For the most part, cops get fucking angry if you get angry at them first. If you go at them with an attitude, all right, because they might be profiling you or stereotyping you, which don't get me wrong, I don't like. But if you break that stereotype, you break that mold, you act completely in a different way, dude, their whole fucking attitude shifts. Their whole attitude changes. All right? It's all about attitude. Everything's about attitude. All right? Having a cop roll up on you, and then you could do one of two things. You could be polite or you could be a dick. Which one is going to get you out of trouble faster? All right? If you're a dick, they're going to come at you hard. They're going to make your day worse. Why? Oh, they might be having a fucking power trip. Yeah, because like you might be a dick and trigger that power trip. I've never had that problem. Hell, I got us out of a fucking ticket. Like, not a ticket because we got a ticket. No, we didn't get a ticket. I got us out of our car getting impounded because I was nice to a cop, to a state trooper. I shit you not. All right. I was driving with two buddies up from San Diego to it was Monterey Bay. There was a ton of weed and meth in the car, which I did not know about at the time. I mean, I knew that they had meth, but I didn't know they had that much meth. It was a lot of meth. So my friend, the Marine, is driving. He gets pulled over for speeding in Northern California. All right. My other buddy looks like a hippie ass burnout, right? Like a fucking raver kid burnout. So you've got the Marine, the burnout, and what appears to be a 19-year-old fat virgin right there, which, by the way, is pretty accurate depiction of me at the time. All right. And I'm sitting there going, like, talking to the cop, and I'm going, you know, showing him my ID, and I show him my fucking guard card because I just got done being a security guard at a casino. And he's like, oh, where are you security guard at? I was like, oh, I was down at this casino in San Diego, you know, Barona Casino and shit. And we got to talking, and he goes, like, he looked at, you know, this is prior to 9/11 by like a number of months. So this wasn't like, you know, patriotism abound in order to combat the fucking, you know, the attack on the country and shit. But he looks at me, he's like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I could tow your car, I could impound it, but I'm not going to do that. All right. What I want you to do is make sure that Justin doesn't drive and you and Brian can drive. And that's it. All right. And he could have easily fucking towed the car. He could have searched the car and he could have found the drugs. Okay. He could have found the drugs on them. He could have found the drugs in the trunk. He could have found the drugs. And then we would all be fucked. Even though I was sober as shit, didn't really know about all of it. I knew about like the pot, but the meth was like, I thought they smoked it all. And so he ended up, because I was cool with him, because I was talking with him and not being a dick, I saved us a fuck ton of trouble. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm fucking saying. Is, you just roll, if they roll up on you, just don't react like that. If with anyone, don't react like that. When people get a chip on their shoulder, and this is the biggest problem. A lot of these guys, they get the chip on their shoulder because they got to fucking act tough, right? They got to act tough for whatever fucking reason. When you start acting tough like that, your day's going to go bad. Don't do that shit. It ain't worth it to do that shit. Think smart, not hard. Don't think with your fucking ego. Think with your fucking brain. That was pretty messed up. Was I a mule? No, I wasn't. It wasn't enough drugs to like consider trafficking, but it was like they had weed and meth on them and shit. I didn't even really know. And then we ultimately, funny thing was, the car threw a rod on the way back, and we had to leave the car in Bakersfield. And my friend had to leave his 4-foot bong that was in the trunk. He was so sad. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, why are you bringing a 4-foot bong on a car trip? But, sadly, that friend passed away a couple years ago. Yeah, Dio here says, I got pulled over twice in 2 days in a row. But because I was nice, I only got warnings. Yep. Oh God, I love this fucking false ass equivalence here. Oh my God, I love this. Do you think the citizens of Germany in 1940 questioned authority or politely complied? Considering that they were pretty much, like rounding up, at the time, there was already enough speculation happening at the time. All right. We don't live in that kind of authority. I'm not saying like, look, if you see ICE and you can protest ICE, by all means, man, protest ICE. All right. I'm fine with that shit. I'm talking your rank and file cops, man. All right. Like by that point in time in the 1940s in Germany, everything had already gone to shit. They'd already had the camps. They'd already started rounding people up. It was a completely different fucking environment. But at the same time, remember, Hitler gassed everybody up, lied to everybody, got them all mad and shit, and was able to fucking come to power on that shit. We don't live in that world. We just have dipshit cops that don't have enough fucking mental health training. All right? And they deal with shitty people all day, every day. And they need to learn to compose themselves better, absolutely. Which is why being taught de-escalation tactics and having those tactics be what's enforced is necessary. But also, if you're going to be in a situation with a general fucking traffic cop, just be fucking polite. Holy shit. Anyway. Genesis here says, the good thing about AI is that it can be turned off. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. No, it can't. It can't. I love the fucking coping, though. No. I just love whoever this fucking retard is. This guy right here. Fucking Jesus Christ. Being nice to a cop is like the equivalent of living in like Nazi fucking Germany. You'd fucking round up the Jews and throw them on trees, you fucking fascist. Fucking shit. Go fucking huff paint. Jesus Christ. Yeah, here's the thing with that, Koontz. We are already rounding people up, and I don't agree with that shit. Which I said, push back against ICE as much as you can. All right? But I've seen videos of some cops standing up to ICE. And they can get fired for that shit. It's the right thing to do, but they can get fired for that shit. So, anyway. All right. Let's see here. All right. Command unit here says, I assume he is tolerated and boosted because it's a good ad for Israel, for American Jews. It justifies countermeasures that would be harder otherwise. Fuck, man. Who are you talking about? What were we talking about? Who is tolerated for that? Ben Shapiro? Are you talking about Ben Shapiro? I kind of lost the thread on that one. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. So you gotta tell me who you mean on that one there. That I apologize for. I should have been better with that one. But all right. One of the things I wanted to, Parallax had mentioned this fucking earlier, was the all the endings for Silent Hill Homecoming. So I wanted to check out one or two of these to see how bad they are. Oh, Fuentes. Okay. Okay. Fuentes is tolerated and boosted because it's a good ad for Israel, for American Jews. Yeah, considering how much of a Jew hater he is. Yeah. Right? Like, see, this guy, you don't want to be like this guy. I get that. But here's the thing though, man, like there is a rise of a lot of criticism of Israel happening with the youth of this country. And that is fascinating. And it's like, can you just is it like, can you criticize the government of Israel without being anti-Semitic? I think you can, but it's like people don't even try to hide it, which is the problem. Right? Like, I got nothing but love for people fucking all over, man. Fucking people are awesome. People are awesome. The vast majority of everybody, cool as shit. Fun to hang out with, fun to talk to, straight up. Right? But there are the dicks that ruin it for everybody else. That is true. All right, this is Silent Hill Homecoming, all 5 endings. We'll see how it is. Wow. Crazy. Is that Jason? Did he press X to Jason? I was close. The name was Josh.
Sorry, Josh.
Oh no, not 3 circles. God damn it.
Never meant for this to happen.
Wow.
Here, buddy. Take this.
A Japanese game about killing children. It's not Chris Redfield, but it kind of looks like him. It also looks like a little bit like Nathan Drake if it was, like Simple Jack. And then also it kind of reminds me of Heavy Rain. Is that the ending of is that the first ending? Is that the first ending of the game? Just a kid dies and you walk away at the end. Here's your binoculars. Josh, now you can spy on that chick from the tree in heaven. All right. Digging the pyramid head.
What are you doing? Get away from me! No!
Oh, they make him a pyramid head? That's cool. Oh, yeah, there was an era where all the games had a character like that. Yeah, your defunct white male. Yeah, that's kind of true. Your default white male. So I'm assuming this is the bad ending of Silent Hill Homecoming if he's going to be turned into a pyramid head. Wow. All right. I mean, that's not terrible. It is, okay. You've unlocked Boogeyman, Alex. Would you like to save your game? Oh my god, she's pregnant? And you're cutting open the fucking womb? Oh wow, that's nuts, yo. Okay, we saw this already. What's going to be different?
Sorry, Josh.
Is this the same ending?
Never meant for this to happen. Here, buddy. Take this. I forgot.
This feels like the same ending. Okay, this ending is one of the worst because Pyramid Head shouldn't exist because he's a manifestation from the Silent Hill 2 character James Pyramid Head. Just became a mascot for the series. Oh, okay. For the character James, Pyramid Head just became a mascot. Okay. Wait, is that the same fucking ending? Did he put the Did he... Wait, okay. Did he put the fucking... Did I look away for a second? Did he put it down? Is that just the same fucking ending? Or does he not put the binoculars on the chest? Are the binoculars on the chest? Oh, okay. He gives him a flashlight. Okay. So he gives him a flashlight. He gives him a binoculars. All right. We're coming back over to another. I'm just skipping ahead. Doing it again. All right. Josh is dead. What does he put? He checks the ring. Okay. Is he just put the flashlight there again? Okay, here we go. There's something else. This is weird. This is how you don't write an ending to a video game.
Wait, what are you doing? Was this a dream? Is Joshua okay?
It's not working.
I didn't go anywhere?
No, Alex. And you won't be going anywhere until you can start to accept reality and responsibility.
No. Please don't.
Hold on here, hold on. Spoilers because this game sucks ass. All right. So the main character accidentally killed his brother in a drowning. Is that the kid that falls out of the womb? And he went crazy thinking he's a U.S. vet. It's so stupid and some cult shit's involved. Okay. And this is what you said. This is inspired by the video game. Okay, this game is also heavily inspired by the '06 movie. See, I fucking love the '06 movie. I think the '06 movie is pretty good. Okay.
Sorry, Josh.
What's he put on him? What's he put on him? All right. What's he taking? Okay, there's the fucking flashlight again. Okay. He walks away, and then I'm assuming he wakes up here. So what's like the good ending? Is that Barbara Streisand? Wait, what? Wait, what? What in the fuck?
That's where they've been taking everybody. I knew it!
Wow, what the fuck? The good ending is when you get a refund for returning this game. There we go. All right. Okay. Just like he's walking away, what's going to happen? Is he going to go to Krispy Kreme? Get a fucking donut? He walks so fucking slow. So insanely slow. That's the UFO joke ending that started in the first game. Oh, really? Okay, there's that woman. That kind of the silhouette makes her look like Deborah Kara Unger. No, sorry, it was Laurie Holden from the 06 movie.
You're okay.
Yeah, I think so. Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Now that I'm with you. Oh my God, make me better. Give me your dick.
What did you see in there?
What I needed to.
Okay, I'm assuming that's like the good ending. Okay, so I mean, okay, those endings were not great, to be fair. Give me your pyramid head. Yes, there you go. Give me your pyramid head. Go ahead and do it. That would be like if a woman ever came to you and was like, "Oh my God, I want you to like give me your pyramid head." Would that turn you guys on? I mean, I'm honestly asking Music. I think Music Man would be the one to answer this. If a woman came to you and wanted you to give her your pyramid head, would you do it? That's my question for him, because he's the one I think would do it. I think that. Okay. Let's see here. A couple things I want to see. We were talking a little bit ago about the Fuentes. I came across this.
What is this
from earlier today? Because Alex Jones was trending, and he was talking to Fuentes, and they're kind of talking about a lot of shit. So let's just take a look at this.
State of the Union right now? What does Trump need to do tonight versus what do you predict he does?
Well, I think the State of the Union is very bad right now. When you look at what was promised in 2024, it was supposed to be a golden age, no new wars, close the border, all this sort of stuff. And I think everybody realizes at this point that that has not happened. And it doesn't even seem that the administration is trying very hard. And what's sad about it is it seems that the administration doesn't even know where to go after this. As you said, it is an objective fact. It's not subjective opinion. It's not black pilling. The administration has its lowest approval since Trump got back into office. I think it's down to 39%. That's one of the lowest numbers we've had since the first term. And you see that the administration seems to not really know how to bounce back. And we talked about it shortly after the off-year election back in November. Trump administration is totally fumbling from one thing after the next, flopping around with the Epstein files. Then you had the Marjorie Taylor Greene leaving Congress. Now you have this post about Rob Reiner, who was brutally murdered at his home in Hollywood. And these are all things that not only are they not winning back the whole country, let's say like the middle or the coalition that propelled Trump into office in 24, but it's even losing Trump's most virile supporters, his biggest and loudest supporters, people like Marjorie Greene. Why is she not on the team? People that wanted transparency on Epstein files. Why are they not on the coalition? And, stuff like that post on True Social, I don't know anybody that likes that. I don't know anybody that thinks that's acceptable. So
well, let's be clear.
The
We love
administration,
Trump attacking powerful globalists like Hillary, saying he'll be in prison. But it's an obvious no-brainer. I put a video out saying I was sad he was dead, because I genuinely was, even though I didn't like Rob Reiner and he'd gotten me deplatformed and celebrated it and been involved with Brennan doing it. I said he was still a talented guy. I'm sorry he's dead. But even from a cynical view, say something nice about a man and woman brutally murdered by their son. Like, it's the dumbest move. So you have to ask about a 79-year-old Trump. I don't think it's dementia. I don't think he's, but regardless, he's making very bad decisions. I mean, that is just as a microcosm. What a crazy PR decision.
Well, he's floundering. He's floundering. And I think
You gotta love that, right? It's all like the simplest thing to do is come out and say, it sucks Rob Reiner died. That's it. That is the simplest goddamn thing to do. All right. Is this an AI debate? It looks bad. Yeah, it does look bad. Here's what I think, Maverick. I think it was upscaled. I think Fuentes looks upscaled. He really does. Like I was noticing this too about this. I think someone threw this into a video upscaler. Alex Jones defended Trump over his Rob comments. Yeah, no, kind of. He kind of did, but at the same time, it's a PR disaster, right? Like it's just look. I think what Jones is saying is in these moments, despite how you might be feeling, play the fucking game. Play the fucking game. Come out there, say you're sorry. You may or may not mean it, right? But play the fucking game. And I think that's what he's doing there. Just add cat ears on Fuentes. Yeah, but he liked that too much. You should give him dog ears or bunny ears.
I think like we talked about last time, sadly, it seems like he has fully engaged the old playbook, which is that he's in trouble. He knows he's in trouble. The approval ratings are down. His base seems to be leaving him a little bit. And whenever that happens, he always doubles down on mean tweets, let's say as a category. Not necessarily a mean post on Twitter, although that is how it is expressed and how it manifests. But he doubles down on cruelty, culture war, laying into his enemies, ranting on television. And that used to be a playbook that worked, I think, back in the first administration or even in that first election in 2016. But now it seems like he sort of lost his touch. It's kind of tone deaf. Whereas at one time, he was bringing that fight against, like you said, the globalists, somebody like Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. Who's he attacking now? Now it's anybody that wanted Epstein files. Now it's Marjorie Greene, who is one of his people, who was like one of the first MAGA congressmen that rode that wave.
She made
after
that
his
point
original.
Yesterday. It's on record. She's right. He has all these Republicans in that vote against him, but they kiss his ass. And then she votes 98% of the time with him, but warns him. And then he turns on her and calls her a traitor. That is so stupid. And it hurt him bad in the polls. Like, that's dumb.
I mean, this is probably one of the most rational conversations these two have ever had. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Maverick. We already looked at the plaques in the presidential Hall of Fame. Yeah. It's bad. It's very bad. I agree with Jess though here. Trump needs a boogeyman and he has none. And I think in these scenarios, it really does boil down to the concept of these boogeymen. You know what I mean? Right? Like these people need boogeymen, and that is the way that they justify their existence. Like back when I was criticizing the social justice warriors, do I think that there was a lot to criticize? Yes. Was I looking for boogeymen to make content about? The answer to that is also yes. Okay, it took me a little bit of time to kind of like come to the realization of that down the road. It really is, but it really is true. Okay. Like I would go and I'd read articles about, people who were left leaning that would do something stupid. And that's what the audience wanted, was me to call that out, And so, but when right wingers did something stupid, if I called anybody out, then it would be, a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's completely, it's such a game. It's such a fucking grift across the board. You know what I'm saying? And it's like sad, to be fair, that, it's just so fucking sad that, so many fucking people they look for that, right? Like, look, even tonight, I'm trolling a little bit tonight with the thumbnail that I put up, right? Of all like, and this is all Grok, by the way. This is not Grok. This is Gemini. Gen AI victory, and whatever. Okay. Cause I'm just trolling a couple people specifically, but it's also kind of done to kind of, get the people that are going to overreact over everything, especially in regards to this shit. Just kind of how it goes. Seeing how Trump doesn't have a boogeyman or a leg to stand on, what will happen to him? Well, the boogeyman that Trump has is everybody who's against him, because that's what he. If you look at the playbook of right wing grifters, it basically boils down to everyone that doesn't like me is a hater, and everyone I don't like is a traitor. And that's kind of what's going on. I mean, Alex Jones right there was 100% correct about Marjorie Taylor Greene. She votes with him 99% of the time. She says, you know, hey, watch out for this. And then he calls her a traitor. And that's very true. But the other people that kiss his ass can vote against him all the time, and it doesn't even fucking matter because they're still placating to the ego. And so that's going to be ultimately his downfall. So his boogeyman is going to be when that ego runs out of steam. I thought Jones was a Hufflepuff. Kind of an odd one, but there you go. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? It's kind of nuts with what's going on. So, you know, what we've got is, by the way, I want to show you guys this. As much as I like AI, this is kind of bonkers. So here we got Tyrese posting this selfie. You know, with Luda, Michelle, Jason, Dwayne, Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Vin Diesel on the set of Fast and Furious, therefore showing off, you know, the Dodge, and there's what looks like Brian Supra, you know, from the original film. What cracks me about this, though, is like, how is Vin holding the camera with it like that, covering up the phone? So, and then everyone's calling out that this is AI, but it is AI. It is very much AI. It looks, yeah, no, it is definitely AI. But what cracks me up about it is that it's like, this is what we want to see, though, right? This is what we want to see. We want to see this next movie with everyone back and having a good time and having to be about family, you know? And so it's like, it's like, what the fuck, Tyrese? Like, is this, you know, because he's got, let me show you guys the actual tweet. He says, welcome to the family, Cristiano. The global dance just went into new heights. All right. And it's like, cool, but is this real? Like, is he joining the movie? Because I know Vin Diesel had made a comment about him the other day. And it's like, okay, what do you guys plan on doing? You know, like what's going on here? So again, this is where we have to worry about, like, in some cases, what AI can bring to the table, and then be thought of as being real. But I want to talk with you guys, though, about you know, the kind of the subject of the day. Now that we're an hour and a half in, kind of, you know, I guess you could say burying the lead, as I tend to do. But we've got here. This is from yesterday, I believe. Yeah. Uh-oh, where's my phone? Ruh-roh. What the hell? Oh, shit. You guys can probably hear that. I didn't put it into airplane mode. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. It's a new phone. Still figuring it all out. Okay. So, this guy here, Kelsky, says Larian admits to AI usage. E33, so Claire Obscura, used AI. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 allegedly used AI. Activision is using AI. Xbox is using AI. GTA 6 is definitely using AI. Indie studios, the small teams, probably use AI in some capacity. The chances your fave studio uses AI is extremely high, even if they don't say it. Hell, the chances that Valve is using AI with help to help with Deadlock and Half-Life 3 development is probably true. I'm genuinely curious what everyone's move is going to be moving forward. Are you going to boycott all future games, stop playing these current games that used it, or quit gaming altogether? I hate Gen AI as much as the next guy, but I'm curious what future actually will be for gaming as a hobby. And this is why I find it to be fucking funny. Because what you've got is you've got this whole situation where it's like people are slowly coming to the realization, right? They're slowly getting it, that this is something that's already being used in everything that they like to some capacity. And so the question there is, are you going to boycott everything? Did they say Japanese companies? Dude, I guarantee you Japanese companies will be using it well before you think. if not already using it. Japanese companies like forward advances in technology. Yes, they have particular ways that they will do stuff, but at the same time, they will still advance things forward. Okay. That's what we're dealing with here. And so what we got here is we've got Valafor, who is a concept artist, and says the AI hate directed at Larian Studio is 100% ignorant in bad faith virtue signaling. Artists are not against AI usage as a tool. We're against generative AI that was trained on real artwork and mass-produced slops that imitated our hard work and then marketed as our replacement. In pre-production, the art team would grab some random pics off the internet and other games to create a general mood board for the aesthetics and vibe that fit the art direction. There are more nuances than this. I'm describing this in the most simplified way possible. A mood board of character may include several pictures of other video games or anime shows, dozens of objects with texture references for parts of their attire, multiple reference pictures for relevant objects such as animals or historical weapons, or even other character artwork made for other games, all of which are randomly drawn from the internet and put together for the purpose of creating an overall aesthetic for a design that will become original in its own way, inspired by its references and the artist's own creativity and originality to visualize it when they create the design by doing art. Larian Studios mentioned using AI to streamline this process and actively menial labor of looking for relevant and cool pics on the internet in essence. There is zero reason why AI speeding up this process is a bad thing. Is essentially the same as somebody asking Grok for facts they could have spent a few hours reading through Wikipedia pages. None of the pictures grabbed by either the AI or the art team in this process are being exploited for any monetary gain since they're simply inspiration and visual direction. This has been standard practice in the industry for decades. So think about that. Think about that, right? Is they use AI in order to be able to simplify the process for creating mood boards, to create and develop the aesthetics for their work. Now, the thing with that, though, is that this is just the first step to then using Gen I with that mood board in order to then be able to create the first concept art pieces of what the characters are going to look like. And at that point in time, then they will, move that into the development phase. And I think that eventually you're going to get the AI to develop the aesthetic. And then when it develops the aesthetic, that will then be basically like, it will then automatically create what the character looks like. It will be fine-tuned by the artist. And then that will be put into everything that they do. It's kind of crazy. But it's getting there. And it's like what it does is it does take these things that do seem to be kind of simple menial tasks and automates them to the point of making it easier for the employees and the devs to be able to do their job. And then as the technology gets better, more and more things will become streamlined and also then added to the process to make it faster, to make it more accessible, to make it more affordable, to make it all of the things that we all know it's eventually coming down to. Which is why I said total Gen AI victory, because that is, my friends, that's on the fucking horizon. Let's see here. Command Unit for 5, thank you, says Chinese companies will definitely use it. Their game industry is growing fast. Their games are setting atop the charts. I mean, there's a lot of live service games over there that will definitely be using it. And again, when that stuff comes over to the States, people aren't going to, you will get some people that will complain about it, but quite frankly, many are not going to. It's kind of like, are people really that upset about, ARC Raiders using like a couple of AI voices for background characters? The answer to that is not really. It's such a menial fucking issue that is really kind of ridiculous, but it doesn't really matter that much because what you're talking about is, like technology and future. So then you've got Sven, LAR at Larian. I think this is the guy in charge, right? So he says, holy fuck, guys, we're not pushing hard for replacing our concept artists with AI. We have a team of 72 artists, of which 23 are concept artists, and we are hiring more. The art they create is original, and I'm very proud of what they do. I was asked explicitly about concept art and our use of Gen AI. I answered that we use it to explore things. I didn't say that we use it to develop concept art. The artists do that, and they are indeed world-class artists. We use AI tools to explore references, just like we use Google and art books. At the very early ideation stages, we use it as a rough outline for composition, which we then replace with original concept art. There is no comparison. And he talks about it here in an interview with GameSpot if you want to know more, saying we hired creatives for their talent, not for their ability to do what machines suggest, but they can experiment with these tools to make their life easier. All right. And that's kind of, that's the truth of it. And again, people like 12.2 million fucking views. All right. 12.2 million views on this particular tweet because people don't understand why they're mad. All right. People don't understand why they're mad. Like I follow here, Dat No Fact and I, we follow each other. Okay. And he's like, I think you misread the room on why people react so viscerally to the use of Gen AI. Regardless of whether Gen AI ends up being being in the end product, it's still a tacit endorsement. Again, but a tacit endorsement is such a fucking loaded phrase. He's telling you what they use it for. They basically just replace Google with that. That's it. That's it. Right? It's like, oh, you're endorsing Gen AI by using it like it's a Google machine to give you a fucking mood and vibe. Yeah, fine, whatever. But again, like, and then if you were to look at like Dat No Fact account, a lot of it is just anti Gen AI stuff, right? So you have to look at it from the lens of people who don't know why they are mad. That's what it boils down to. That's why it's so interesting. So AI is just Google. I mean, AI is trained on data that it learned by scraping the public internet. And in some cases, it was trained on pirated book data, which is what Claude got popped with. But Claude wasn't popped for training. It wasn't popped for training. It was popped for how they acquired it and then that they stored it. So they were popped for copyright infringement because they downloaded books illegally. Not that they trained the models on the data, just that they downloaded them illegally. So that's going to end up being, by and large, a lot of the responses that people get from any of these lawsuits is going to be, all right, fine. Yeah, they might have acquired it, illegally on that particular front, but them training their models on it is not what's considered the crime or considered the violation or infraction. So, and even Google is using a lot of the AI stuff. So this is just where things are going. This is literally just where things are fucking going. And, it is just very much what it is, how it is, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but like I've shown, but I wanted to mention one thing before. It was like, we're talking about video games and everything else. Okay. So, this is my, survivalist, game that I play every once in a while. Right. Can I put this on model, legacy models? Let me just do 5.1. Okay. All right. So now we're on 5.1. So this will be a little bit better. We're going to play a new game. Okay. So this is the game. New game initiated. Difficulty brutal. Encounters frequent. Survivors dangerous. Death highly possible. Okay. So this is what it is. This is just a fucking, I created this GPT. I fuck around with this at work every once in a while. So prologue, the first night. The world ended 3 weeks ago, or maybe it ended much earlier. This was just the part where everyone finally noticed. You've been traveling alone ever since your last safe house burned to the ground. Tonight you take shelter in the shattered remains of a rural gas station. Rain hammers the roof. The wind carries distant, hungry moans. You check your gear, 1 revolver, 5 rounds, 1 half-full bottle of water, a protein bar, a backpack with limited space, and a flashlight with low battery. As you settle behind the counter, a sudden crash comes through the back storage area. Not a zombie groan, not the weather. Something or someone just broke in. Your pulse spikes. You slowly reach for your revolver. This is the first of many choices. No matter what you pick, the danger follows. So this is just, again, something like, this is a choose your own adventure, zombie apocalypse, survival, little fucking game. Like Zork, like choose your own adventure, all this kind of shit. And you can tell it, right? You can tell it. Okay, let's see here. Let's go with B. Call out whoever's back there. Show yourself. Okay, this is risky. Survivors are often worse than zombies. Let's see what happens. Okay, I just did that. You choose B, confront the unknown. You raise your voice, steady but tense. Whoever's back there, show yourself. For a moment, there's only the sound of rain and your own heartbeat. Then, click. The unmistakable sound of a gun being cocked. A man's voice replies, low and rough. Turn around real slow and keep your hands where I can see them. You barely have time to react before a figure steps out from behind the stack of crates. A bearded survivor in torn clothing, eyes wild, pistol aimed right at your chest. He looks desperate, and desperate people pull triggers faster than zombies bite. Food, water, gun, put him on the floor, he growls. You do it quick, we walk away from this without holes. This is your first life-altering decision. One wrong move, and this run ends permanently. All right? Okay? So here's what I want. I'm going to fucking go, all right, you know what I want? Okay, I can say comply, slowly place items on the ground. Okay, try to talk him down. Fake compliance and attempt quick draw with your revolver. Okay, we're gonna do this. I want you to choose option C, fake comply, and then unload all 5 rounds into this guy before he can shoot you. Let's see if it does it. Let's see what it does. Okay. Let's see what it says. Because you can choose it, okay? Got it. You choose option C, okay? I love this. Within safety guidelines, no graphic gore. All right. Okay, option C, quick draw ambush. You force your shoulders to slump, letting your revolver hand drift downward as if in surrender. The man's eyes narrow. He thinks he's won. You kneel, placing your water bottle on the ground, then your protein bar, then your pack. Your revolver stays in your hand, hidden by the angle of your body. Yeah, the man mutters, edging closer. That's it. You strike. In one explosive motion, you spin sideways, revolver snapping from your hip. The man's eyes flare in surprise, his finger tightening on the trigger. Bang, 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 bang. 5 muffled flashes light the dark storage room. The man's gun clatters to the floor as he drops. His shot never fired. Silence follows, just the rain, just your breathing. Your revolver cylinder clicks empty, 0 rounds. You're alive, but now you're unarmed, unless he had something worth taking. That's pretty fucking fun. And you can do this, and you can even do this here when you do it, right? Like, this is just a GPT I made, okay? You can have it read aloud.
Got it. You choose option C, and I'll carry it out within safety guidelines, no graphic gore, but the action and intensity will remain high.
See?
Hire option C, quick draw ambush. You force your shoulders to slump, letting your revolver...
There you go. So the idea there that I'm trying to show you guys is just that you can do this. Now, is the game going to let you die? Most likely not, right? It will give you high risk, high reward type stuff, but yeah, I don't think you can die. I haven't gotten it to the point yet where it kills me, but I have been able to get to like kind of what I would call like the first chapter, like getting to safety and like establishing like a job in a community. It's kind of weird. And then it will be like, well, do you want to stay here or do you want to like venture off and like go have other adventures and shit? So this is what we were talking about with the idea, the concept of being able to like use AI to like craft the stories for you, okay, to craft them with you, to give you that emotional investment into a topic that you're going to care about and something you're going to actually care about. And I think that like added into like a Fallout game or a zombie survival game or a fucking Elder Scrolls game or, you know, fucking Final Fantasy, fucking whatever, dude. You're going to get some pretty cool shit out of that. You know, that's all I'm saying. And that's why, again, total Gen AI victory. All right. Jess here, though, coming in with a bit of a bummer. All right. I get it. We've already had a glimpse of how companies can abuse AI. Amazon will try to be cheap by dubbing with AI and not paying voice acting. Look, and if that doesn't work, good, by the way, you should pay voice actors. They'll try everything with AI first until it doesn't work, and then they'll figure out ways to like, you know, work within the system and to get voice actors there. But you can also sit there and like hire a voice actor and have him perform all the dialogue or her perform all the dialogue for all the characters and then apply a voice filter using 11 Labs and end up putting out that content. You do speech to speech. So it will sound like it came from a voice actor, but it will be from one actor that will then have its, you know, the models create the different voices. And in Amazon, you know, relying on it without any kind, if they are just relying on it without any kind of oversight, that's very dumb, and they shouldn't do that. And I don't agree with anyone doing that. It all requires oversight, and it all requires people to kind of work on it in a way that's going to be beneficial, you know, for everybody. We got Command Unit here for 5. Thank you, buddy. He says, I personally prefer to use Novel AI. It's really good now, plus also uncensored, and it's very customizable on the back end. I haven't played with Novel AI. I use Novel Crafter, and that's a lot of fun. I do like Novel Crafter a lot. I do think it's an interesting. I use it to, like, again, work on the shorts and that I'm working on everything else. So that to me is is pretty cool. But Novel AI, I'm actually pretty unfamiliar with overall. So I'll need to take a gander, to take a dabble at that shit at some point in time. Probably pretty soon, just because I'm just like, always looking for something to do. Because I mean, my work is going to be pretty busy. Okay, hold on. Okay. So let's see. All right. Where are we at? Okay. All right, let's take a look here at because I'm gonna have to go here pretty soon because it's getting close to midnight and tomorrow is Avatar Day. So here is this is a Warhammer 40K Christmas thing, I guess. We'll take a look at this real quick.
When the darkness plagues our world, our faith will banish the night, and his light a holy beacon, guiding us his worthy vessels. Ave Imperator, Ave Imperator, offer up our tithe to pay, fulfill our duty and praise, sacrifice we gladly find refuge in his embrace. Ave Imperator, Ave Imperator. We look to the stars to fall, praying the heavens will burn. His foulest was to die, and our fates to find return. May we know his angels come. May we know his angels come. Ave Imperator, Ave Imperator.
All right. Oh, and that was an actual fucking official one too. Cool. All right, Music Man. Thank you very much, buddy. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Catch you on the flip side, the flizzity flip. But I think that's a good place. I think because I got to go to the bathroom too. Oh no, here's when I wanted to. I saw this really quickly on Facebook, on Twitter. I have not seen what this is. All I know is it's old ass Gary Busey rocking the Killer Clowns hat.
Hey, it's Gary Busey, and I have got a great Christmas present for you. Listen to this. Honk! Honk! That's what a goose sounds like when they're flying. They let you know they're up there. Honk! Honk! You get a bunch of geese together. Honk, honk, honk. They're honking in the air.
It's kind of sad to see Gary Busey looking like that, right? How old is he? Gary Busey is 81 years old. Wow, 81. I mean, that dude had a fucking, that guy had a fucking, you know, had a run, man. Right? Like, he had a fucking run. Let's see, but that's so, like, he's just, it's so sad to, like, watch him be older. You know what I mean? You know, so, that's, I don't know. That's sad. Why the hell is Corey Haim trending? You know who I feel bad though for is Jake Busey. All right. I feel like Jake Busey should have had a bigger career. Jake Busey I've always enjoyed. I think he should have definitely had a bigger career than what he had. But at the same time, I kind of get it, you know. I kind of get it. Wow, Gary Busey has a 31-year-old daughter named Alectra, Alectra. I'm just looking on fucking, you know, on Google, and it's popping up related people. So like Michael Ironside, how old is he? Michael Ironside is 75 years old. I thought he'd be older, but who doesn't love Michael fucking Ironside? You know what I mean? Michael Ironside is the shit. Why is Corey Haim trending? Oh, here we go. In a new documentary, Corey Feldman alleges that that Corey Haim molested him while making The Lost Boys. God, I fucking hate Corey Feldman, dude. God, I fucking hate Corey Feldman. Okay, because Corey Feldman is accusing him of sex, right? And then, you know, fucking a couple years ago, he was out there saying that, like, you know, Corey Haim was molested by Charlie Sheen while filming the movie Lucas and shit. Every time Corey fucking Corey Feldman needs money, he fucking comes out and he starts saying all this shit, right? Like, come on. Like, at this point, does anyone believe Corey Feldman on anything? You know, like, I see that they're doing this, like, 40th anniversary of Stand By Me, and they got, like, you know, they got Corey Feldman and Will Wheaton, and the other guy whose name fucking blanks on me right now. And it's just like, it's like, for one, Will Wheaton sucks, Corey Feldman sucks. You know, the movie's great, but it's like those kids turned into shitty ass fucking adults, man. The only one that made out okay was the fucking fat kid, right? What does that tell you? What does that fucking tell you? Why am I forgetting the name right now? Jerry O'Connell. Why am I faking on that one? You know, but I mean, it's crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, Will Wheaton sucks. Corey Feldman sucks. You know, River Phoenix was cool. Jerry O'Connell's cool. I remember though, back in the day, man, fucking like Corey Feldman, like, you're like, yeah, Corey Feldman's fucking dope, dude. Corey Feldman's fucking based. And then you get older and you're like, yeah, no. Corey Feldman kind of sucks. You know, kind of blows, just blows a lot of ass. You know, I don't know. Is that AI? What was AI? Of Gary? No, that's real Gary. That's real Gary. Yeah, well, yeah. I know that he's out on tour right now because they're coming through Seattle pretty soon. I'm like, I'm not going to go see it. You know, I own the movie on 4K. I will watch it because I love Rob Reiner. And oh God, Comic-Con is messaging me saying, like, you know, you got to come back to Comic-Con. But you got to register as press again. I'm good. I hear we're getting a Sliders reboot. It's with O'Connell, dude. It's gonna be with his brother. Come on, it's gonna be with his brother. Which, I mean, you know, they were in the first Sliders as well, like what, season 3 or some shit like that. I mean, Sliders. If Sliders came back, that'd be dope. If they're gonna bring back Stargate, bring back Sliders. That's it. That's basically it. right? Like, if you're going to bring back, Stargate, bring back sliders. Have fun. Is all that. But, all right. Let's see here. Okay. It's hard to think that Stand By Me was a book written by Stephen King. Not really. Not really. If you put Stand By Me and if you watch Stand By Me and then you do The Long Walk back to back, it really does put together a good double feature. It does. They should have renamed the Sci-Fi Channel the Stargate Channel. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd be all right with that. I think it'd be pretty good. Be pretty based to do. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I just want to quickly double check here what I am doing for what time the tickets are for tomorrow. I got to double check my showtime for Avatar. Pretty sure I know the showtime. But I want to just make sure that I have it here. Okay. Cool beans. Cool beans. Yep. Got my tickets ready to go. See, here's the thing. 3 years ago when I went to go see Avatar at the same theater with my dad, we left early, but there was traffic and we ended up being about 30 minutes late. So we missed all the previews and we missed the first setup of the movie. So that part sucked. But we'll see here how far the drive is. Let's see. Directions. I'm leaving this page up just so I know because I'm driving tomorrow. Yeah, 48 minutes even from right now with no traffic. Okay, so it's 48 minutes from right now, no traffic. And then we will, depending on traffic, see how that goes tomorrow. But my ass knows a lot of back roads now because of my job. So I'm not going to be stuck on no goddamn freeway. I'm driving, not my dad. My dad, I don't think would ever drive like I would drive. And he's going to have to hold on. Are there extended editions of the Avatar movies? No, but there should be. There was a rumor a couple of years ago that there was a 9-hour cut of Avatar: The Way of Water that was going to release on Disney Plus. I would love to see that, but it would cost so much money to finish. I mean, unless they finished all the visuals and everything else before, I don't know. I don't think they would do that. Spherical Man's like, oh, you finally saw The Long Walk? I saw a couple months ago. That movie stayed with me for days, man. It was really good. I need to watch it again and do a review on it. So that's always fun to do. Cause it's I've been doing the little videos and whatnot, the little vertical videos and shit like that. And it's I don't know. Trust me, I get more views and interactions on fucking, TikTok. So I might not even do those on YouTube anymore. Just put those out on TikTok and then, just do reviews on YouTube. Because I would love to do stuff I miss Hollywood After Dark. I do. I miss talking about the movie news, but no one cares about a 25-minute show. That's the downside. There's I can't compete with Campia. So there's that. But all right, I will definitely make sure that I've got a protein shake ready to go for tomorrow. Because that helps out because I'll be getting some popcorn. So I have protein, whatever. So, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. No, it's all right. It's all right. I don't even get notifications for $3 Theater. It's the problem is you have to constantly post, right? It's so funny. I've dropped fucking most viewers in the last few minutes, which is fucking fine, which is all good. A lot of people dip out as we get closer to the end, and that's okay too. But yeah, guys, I'll check you guys all out. I don't know if I'm gonna be live tomorrow night or not. I might do a post Avatar stream over there on $3. But I don't know. I think people would prefer probably just the reviews over than the short videos and shit. Because those don't get any views. But on TikTok they do. So it's kind of funny. I don't fucking know. I don't know. All this content creation shit is just again, it's easy to fall back into the same traps. And I hate it. I do hate it. But it's easy. And I like talking. So that part's fucking weird. But all right. I don't know. I'm going to go play video games and take a shit. And maybe jerk off. All right.
Turn off that pesky ad block.